I don't even care to give you mine. I'm hollow where it counts, so please don't reach inside. I keep short connections just to feel alive. You think this means something? Mm, it don't last. You just hit the void and then you bounce back. This ain't heartbreak, it's maintenance. A psychological stasis keeping the dark from getting too dangerous in all the empty spaces. See, you just a pass through, a way to look at the world without having to look at the truth. I use bodies like pauses, not a cure or a remedy, just enough distraction to kill the reaction of a memory. You call it distance, I call it control. I survive the toll by gatekeeping my soul. So if I seem cold, it's because I know the cost. The cost of giving too much to people I lost. So I sit in the middle, not healed, not dead, just a riddle I'm repeating inside of my head, touching the edge till the feeling gets sharp. I already buried that map to my heart. See, this ain't love, so don't say my name like there's a prayer attached to it. I already buried where my heart was, so don't try to get attached to it. So if you feel used, yeah, that's on me. But I showed you the lock and you just kept looking for a key. I don't break hearts, I prevent mine by leaving first every single time. And no, I'm not a project. I'm definitely not here. You're not a victim, you just a witness to a woman becoming her own ghost because she's tired of being a host to everyone else's hunger. So yeah, don't say my name like it's something you own. I'm the queen of a kingdom that prefers to sit alone. I don't leave you behind, I just leave the room first because I'd rather live with the hunger than die of the thirst. Hold on. Just don't think I see. Love don't live here. All right, give it up for the goddess of queens, y'all. Right. I'm trying to figure out how to top that. But you know, we're gonna switch it up a little bit. We're gonna have some of the ladies go. Now we're gonna bring a legend up here. Mr. AJ Houston himself coming up now.
Um, this is actually my latest book of poetry. Um, it's called The Lost Book of Black, and it's 724 pages thick. But the poem I chose, I was trying to find it before he called me up, so I couldn't find it. So I do have a new piece that I just wrote. Brand new, I'm trying to, let me find it for you. Let's see what we got. It's Silence the Quest. Silence the Quest. Ever ask a dreamer why he or she dreams? A daughter where she learned all that daughtering from. A son, why being a mama's boy is the best way to grow. Ever ask a mother who she inherited all that magnificent mothering from? Got sleep as elusive as freedom written in good penmanship. On some of those old documents, got sleep ain't caught up with yet. Keep wishes on standby, a lengthy list of hopes left over from the last batch of same last names, burned, washed away, freeway, broke out of townships, old souls who had not the luxury of hoping, as if hope could lead to free. Break a branch, snap a rope in two, as if hope could swim across a giant body of water much further than these eyes could see. We need to add clauses, real additions, not temporary amendments to the Constitution. Someone left more than enough space for a court of nine to single love supreme and voluntarily remove years of precedence as if it wasn't supposed to be there in the first place. Ever read the entire Constitution only to discover founding fathers forgot to pen the definition for we and people and domestic? Ever ask the star why sky? If we could choose day with a sacrifice the glory of nights, ask my tongue to reposition the wind, wrap itself around waves, redirect the frequencies of loud, force all the sounds escaping the opening in the center of my face to lessen their impact. Stop forcing ears to open hearts. Leave them be. Hearts, I mean. The duty of the writer is to write. The port's purpose is to port. Whatever definition you've accidentally attached to either will have to suffice. I've watched how truth frighten those, follows the foundationless speak. Unfortunately, echoes flowing from the lips and tongues, believing mountains your facts have yet to realize how heavy truth can be, especially when you're willing to bear the burden alone. Echoes and reflections of past thoughts, words abandoned, tossed away by a person who knew they held no value. Ever ask a tree, why paper? A pen, why ink? You will discover purpose in inanimate objects if you search long enough. Ever ask yourself, not your outside self, not the you share with friends, ask that you that lives in the dark, the one you're afraid to reveal all the wrong things to the right people. I must admit there are me's I keep guarded in a secure padded room, locked away for sanity's sake. Can't trust them around people. They're always trilingual, always speaking too much truth when no one asked. I speak nigger out loud, mostly to myself. I know how black people from every continent can't handle history's fist holding tight or tongue banging logic forcefully into their ear holes. Ever ask the dark why it looks like you? Why police fear skin in the shade of night? Ever ask a man how it feels all abandoned, barely surviving in this society, thunder and lighted, all that turbulence between these teeth and gums? Ever ask breath why it showed up for you this morning? The same as it did yesterday and every morning before that. Ever ask God? Ever ask God what you're supposed to do with breath and breathing? We keep begging heaven for instructions for replacement fingers and toes. These keep writing all the things I asked them not to. Feet just as disobedient, always forever approaching people I don't really want to speak with. I have yet to trap enough pleasantries to entertain and not anger them with all this truth. You see now? Do you understand how questions come uninvited? How sound be omnidirectional, how quiet ain't got no place to live no more? Have you considered how disrespectful echoes can be when you try so hard not to listen the first and second time? Ever ask a prayer where it goes when sound fades, when you unclaps your hands and let it go free? Maybe the things I truly seek ain't been sought before. The quest could be the one that didn't burn in the fire, didn't die when they roped it from trees, refused to drown in all the many floods and all that dirty water. Maybe it's been left over for so long it stopped begging to be heard, stopped wanting to be seen, got comfortable down there in purgatory. Must have witnessed too much death and pain. It knew the next man or woman would have to be crazy to pursue it. Ever ask a prayer? Did it meet other prayers when it got to wherever prayers go? When the sound fades, when the tears dry, after the knees creak, when sweaty palms release each other from the burden of holding them captive. Ever ask a prayer what it found on arrival? Did it return with an answer? Ever ask an answer? Are there more questions? Shit, I'm just curious. That's okay. The power. The power. The power. Y'all give it up for AJ Houston, one of the best out here. Now, let's see what we got next. I feel bad for who can follow this up. Let's see. Let's go with Mimi. That one's
That caught me off guard. So the phone is not up. Nothing's new. I've been on like a little poet's block. All the poems I've been writing have been more so for me. So this is something old. I'm gonna teach y'all a little bit of sign language while we do it. So participate with me. I'll show y'all the different signs as we go. Okay? It's okay? Imagine Africa was born and given a precious name by her mother. And then the auntie came in to save this poor child from being penniless and renamed her something a bit more tame. Africa grows up never knowing her original name, but gets these glimpses and hints towards something different to claim.
She takes it on and runs to her mom, proudly and jokingly telling the story of how it all went wrong. I imagine Africa's mother compassionately smiled as she looked at her child and said, "Baby, you misspelled and mispronounced it." The mother dictated the correction. Africa, unsatisfied with this kink in her interpretation, decides to keep her own version, more so as a symbol of reclamation. She might still ask her mother for the actual original, but at the end of the day, she finds that's not the real issue. The center of the problem lies in the disguise that each and every one of us feels when you must don and put on one another. After all, what is a name but a marker to differentiate and designate? The power of a name should be in what it's saying for you. Therefore, this poem is an ode to a Cubulon, an existential crisis of just being Black and all the beautiful details added onto that, from the perspective of just one shard in the full picture. And as I sign each letter, I invite you to do it with me, and it'll keep us all on track. Hey, there you go. Easy, right? Ancestors. Honor those before me by giving to those after me. Names lost to the time, but legacy remains in the way I walk, talk, the way my hair curls. My ancestors' story did not begin in chains but jewels, not in working for another's pocket, locked in debt and capitalism, but living to learn and experience the beauty of life and community. L. Lights. Yes, this little light of mine can shine so bright others want to fight as if they forgot their own source of power, of purpose. Yeah, I guess it's easier to dim another than to dig in the murky mud of your own darkness and find that beneath all those layers of ego is your ever glowing soul. And that light just can't wait to escape. Letter. K. Kin. Man, I used to hate the skin I'm in, just because everybody else added their own opinion. And now I proudly claim Black while also acknowledging I'm more than that. If only my siblings could open their eyes and realize truly we all can. Maybe then we treat all children like our own and protect them instead of owning them. Maybe then we stop worrying about walls and start building bridges. Maybe then we will see this white ass love choking everybody and help it loosen its grip on culture so we can be a family again. E. This one's a little weird, the thumb's coming under there. Earth. Some call her mother and others just dirt. Crazy how we deny the very land we stand on. Do you even know where your food comes from? The water flowing throughout our bodies ain't too different from the river we shit in. Denying that the world changing, hoping that a miracle or the end will save us from the consequences. When all we gotta do is drop this myth that we gotta dominate the earth for our wants. Even if we make it a space, we still gotta face the fact that earth don't need us, we need it. And it might be a wow, but it came from nothing. And without us, it'll renew again. B. Birthright. You don't need no age document to tell you the truth. Just by being born, you got worth in you. Your existence is evidence of your value to God. I see you before me, so it must be. God said, nah, without us, this world ain't complete. And by that birthright, we better treat each other right. Might not understand everything, but that ain't the point. You. Ubuntu. In short, I am because we are. Interconnected fractal layers of humanity reflecting God's image just by being. And what impacts you impacts me, don't matter if indirectly. In other words, one oppression oppresses all. And the more we allow that attack on humanity, the more we give away our sanity. Morality reduced to being another pawn in somebody else's chess game. Don't start caring when the enemy suddenly becomes you. L. Life. History talk a lot about progress, as if it's all going up. But what happens when machine and profit trumps life? Well, people are considered an inevitable sacrifice for the common good. But last I checked, God got plenty for everyone. So when did we start acting like life is last? When did the competition start running everybody to first death? When did the goal become living forever instead of honoring the cycle? If it's my time, then fine. Let my life enrich in the soul for others, since my breath is borrowed and yours too. While we sharing that oxygen, appreciate it. Don't destroy it. A. Audacity. To protect one's possessions instead of learning courageously. See, a lot of us are real bold Cause I'd be damned if somebody proved me wrong or try to take what I fought to get. The audacity misused like a trauma response to the neglect and abuse we got so used to from each other. How about we have the audacity first to listen, even when it don't sound too good? How about we try? N for nigga, a bunk gas one. Honestly, just a little diss track for folks that act like they can't spell, and usually a diss spray is like a shotgun, so let me say it like this. Instead of fuck your moms, your pappy, and your legacy too, I say fuck everyone that feeds into you. And by you, I mean every hateful thing from the ass-making assumptions to ego that fool. Now put your pride aside because you got my basic respect, but it seems you gotta build up. You hear? Because you're not getting me. A bunk ass nigga, I'm shorten it to N, can be translated to patriarchy, falling in the etymology of supremacy. Now, I usually see white leading that word, but the world has shown me colors more than I thought occurred. Here are the synonyms of patriarchy: misogyny, homophobia, racism, and all their children, too. Their surname is binaries, and here's what they do. This or that's 1 and 0, tick for tat. You confused. Well, hold on. It's the woman to man, the black to white, the trans to cis, the wrong to right, the rainbow to gray, the parent to child, the citizen to terrorist, the immigrant to expat, the self-enslaved master to the enslaved who knows independence. But most importantly, it's your destiny. So who you make yourself to be. So stuck on the weathered crossroads of division, we forgot that we can make our own roads too. But just like nobody can seem to name this original land from which we all came, memory runs short with lack of practice. And comfort says, don't question the road folks already set you on. But hey, we all in this. Yeah, diss me too. Because I don't really know just like you. And there's a lesson in the unknown as we equivalent ourselves to remembering how to be blessed and a blessing. Get to spelling out LOVE, and universal word that even bunk ass ends can figure out and begin. Thank you.
Let's see. I'll switch it up just a little bit. Let's bring up a young man named Joseph.
First of all, I'd like to thank the venue for offering this very plentiful role I have right here. And this all started because I went to the Papa John's that was at the corner way over there. And I turned to my right and I see this place. And I was like, Mama, can I go over to this place? And she was like, what is it? And I was like, I don't know, but I'm curious. I don't know what it was. It dragged me there. And I went in, and it was probably going to be a very bold thing to do, but I was curious to join. So I decided to write something over the week. I haven't had a title for it, but I might just make one up on the way. I've been here for 3 to 4 years in the North, and I never felt free with a broader range of reasons to live and move and create ideas to understand me, and we cannot let others not let us be. So have color and others to protect and fight for a brother and a mother so it won't be a fire soon to be smothered. It leads me to a quote from Henry David Thoreau: "The mass of men lead lives of quiet desperation." It means most people live unfulfilling lives, trapped by societal expectations, but it won't give you that spiritual vacation. So let this be heard and not be stuck in the black and white herd. So live free and be a bird to sing and not monotonous like a bell ding. Our past is a history, but the present still treats it like it's some mystery. No, I say it mustn't be a mystery, but let be shown as a sign to be free from misery. For nostalgia blinds many, and we are covered by the quote unquote true penny. I say nay, so seize the day, keep that seat, have your speak, let your hair stay braided, and don't ever have that time be faded. Thank you.
All right, we're gonna switch it up just a little bit. We're gonna bring up Melody Funk.
Uh, I've been out, man, and it's been crazy because now that you start to put out your music, it seems like you do everything but. You know what I mean? So feel good to get out here and just do a little something. So there it is. You got power, superpowers. Do you even know how to wield them? All God's children are special, but not like you, not like you. You're just like a flower, ever giving, ever giving. That's a given. All God's children, sure, are special, but not like you, not like you. Lift your head to the sky. Lift it, lift it, lift it. It's crazy to say this. You're the greatest, you're the greatest. Can't explain it. I know that you know the truth. They can't deny you. Oh yeah. They can't deny you. It's true. Yeah. Remember Vegas. You come a long way, kid. And let me just say this. You're special. You're the main character now. You're the main character now. Lift your head to the sky. Ah, ah, mm. Lift it, lift it, lift it. I appreciate y'all. I'm not like you.
Melody. Let's see how we gonna follow that up. We got Melody and we got Maya Dubby.
Oh, thank you. Well, Justice Blitz. Come on now. Appreciate it. Thank you. Appreciate it very much. You know, with all this hatred in the world, I want to speak my truth, you know. Tell you what I hate. I don't hate you, but I hate what you do. I hate to hold grudges, but I hate the choices you choose. I hate that I can't change nobody, only myself. But you hate that I can't be compelled because I'm true thyself. I hate that you can't see the opinions you have that hates me. And I hate that when hate speaks and teaches hypocrisy, you want to blindly agree. I hate when people say, we can disagree and still be friends. I hate when they act like we talking about different flavors of pork skins. I hate when people take advantage of me being an introvert. Because I hate having to pop out of my shit. I hate proving my worth. I hate when people try to challenge me over a stupid feud. Because I hate getting in trouble when I show you what this mouth do. I need this job. Quit it. I hate that I care too much sometimes and can't let stuff go. I hate that my sensitivity is anger when it's out of control. I hate that you choose to use the excuse that we kill our own kind, so it's okay to kill us too. I hate that my race is the only race that has a tag, like this world is our jungle and y'all watch us like a zoo. I hate that instead of uplifting, you convicted, constricted, and twisted our community with weaponizing insults. I hate you talking out of your neck for trying to look for my post. I hate you trying to cover your history and tell us to move on. I hate when an entire nation want to judge other countries but can't admit when they're wrong. I hate that it feels like we wearing a hand-me-down constitution we got at the thrift shop. I hate that while y'all was writing that shit, my kind was being auctioned outside on the block. I hate that Christians can't see they be forgetting the biggest thing. Loving everyone, no matter what you think. I hate that you think that just because God speaks to you, that I gotta listen to you. And you want to assume that he ain't speaking to my heart too. I hate that you think that you must be better than me because your dialect is well versed and rehearsed from your Christian degree or lack thereof. I hate that you're just great at manipulating the naive and gullible so people think you're just extra lovable. And like I said, I don't hate you. I just hate you think you're untouchable. I hate the things that you do, the choices you choose. But hate is a really strong word. And out of love for my creator, I choose to never, ever hate you. Mighty B, to find me on Facebook. Mighty B 13 on YouTube by G. Okay.
Great job. Be y'all. Online open mics. I'm gonna tell y'all about that right quick.
So yeah, we did have our last online open mic last night. We will start again January 8th. It's every second Thursday and fourth Monday of each month. We go on Facebook Live and YouTube Live. Anybody want to get on the mic, do poetry, you can sing some a cappella, you do some comedy with respect, you know. Yeah, feel free to join, do some storytelling, you know, hit me up. get on the mic. It's an open platform, safe, judgmental free, uncensored, raw, unfiltered. You know, just a safe 18 plus platform for adults to vent. You know, get what you need off your heart. If you want to hear more about that, like I said, hit me up on Facebook, Maya the B. That's MAYAD as in dog, ABEE on Facebook, and at Maya the B 13, all ran together on YouTube and IG. Appreciate it.
All right, give it up for Maya to be. I'm trying to think who I want to bring up next. That was too. You know what? We're gonna go with a Fort Worth poet. We're gonna go with Paul Froze Munson.
How y'all doing?
What's up? What's up?
I have two books. One is The Gap, and one is Love the Gap, but still trying to win. And my third one should be out in January or February. So I'm gonna read y'all a piece from the new one. The one from the good book. I wish I did not drink like I do. I wish I didn't, but this is my truth. I'm drinking right now, in this very moment. Alcohol has become my anointment. It is my holy fire water. I feel like I've been drinking since I was a toddler. I wasn't that young, but I was young. I drink a lot and still don't get drunk. Does that make me a drunk or an alcoholic? I like feeling toxic. I like going into a state of leave me alone. They've been selling me alcohol since before I was grown. I grew up religious, and I know that Jesus turned water into wine. I just wish the Bible had told me what kind. I just keep drinking, trying to figure out what kind Jesus made. I ain't found it yet, so I keep drinking every day. I'm looking for that miracle water. I just want to be healed. I love the way drinking makes me feel. I don't like it tomorrow, though. It don't feel so good. I hope I don't have to. I hope I don't have a hangover. I am knocking on wood. How do you stop drinking when everything is messed up? How do you stop drinking when you are already a drunk? How do you not drink when you want to celebrate? How do you not drink when you want to break the ice on the first date? I wish I had never tried it because I think I am hooked. I am just trying to find the wine from the good book. If I don't drink, I am in a funk. I'm just looking for the wine. I'm just looking for that Jesus wine. I hope I am not a drunk. I wish I didn't love booze. Plus, I get tired of making me snooze. I wish Jesus would just tell me this time. I wish Jesus would just tell me what kind. I will stop drinking soon as I find out what kind he created. Until then, I guess I would just stay inebriated. You dig?
Red, red,
Call me what you did.
Y'all give it up for Paul, y'all. Now you gonna make me wanna have a time. All right, let's see who we have next. Let's see. We got a stacked list here. Let's go with Trelius.
We gon' get money. Little boy fresh, but they not this funny. When I walk by, people smell like money. Dope man clean, not a damn thing on me. Get money. We gon' get money.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey.
So I got something new and it's short.
No shit.
Oh, shit.
Um, so let me know what I should add, what I should take away, how y'all feel about it. So from sun up to sundown, we working graveyard shifts. Never mind where the family is, as long as we got them benefits, they giving us the benefit of the doubt. McCall Kypin on the phone. I'm alone, but I've only got room for small talk. So remember what I taught you. You'll always figure it out. My coworker's wife left last weekend. Look into his eyes, he off the deep end. I try to tell him to stay in good company. Next week, it'll be 25 years with the company. He said, "You're right. This is a good company. Now let's get back to work."
Give it up for Trailius. Let's see. Next. Let's run with Steven still here.
How y'all doing tonight?
Right.
I'm gonna sing a little bit. Is it okay?
So,
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna sing a little bit of some old school stuff, but I was gonna do some original, but I didn't have my tracks with me, so I do apologize. That's the James State if you want to. Don't wanna make a scene. I really don't care. People stare at us. Sometimes I think I'm dreaming. I pinch myself just to see if I'm waking up. What I feel could it be you and me till the end of time? It's true love. I gotta be the one. Oh, baby, I gotta be the one you love. I gotta be the one you need. And I gotta be the one to fill your life with sunshine. I gotta be the one you love. 'Cause I will always love you so. I gotta be the one you need. I'm just telling you that's gotta be. I picture you and me starting the light together. It could be. We'll make this vow to love one another. Make this thing a reality. Oh, what I feel could be you and me till the end of time. Yeah. It's true love. I gotta be the one. Yeah. Baby, I gotta be the one you love. I gotta be the one you feel. And I gotta be the one to fill your life with sunshine. I gotta be the one you love. 'Cause girl, I always love you so. I gotta be the one you feel. I'm just telling you that how to be. You make me whole, baby. Don't ever wanna think about you leaving my life. You make me whole. Oh, you make me rise. Don't ever wanna think about you leaving my life. You make me whole. Don't ever wanna think about you leaving my life. Yes, you make me rise. Don't ever wanna think about you leaving my life. I gotta be the one you love. Concert tonight. Better than that. Coming up next, I call her my MK47, but her name is really Simba. Come on.
Where'd you hear that at?
Word of mouth. All right, normally I wanted to do this one with a song so I can feel the emotion, but I ain't get here early enough, so I guess we gotta do what we gotta do. I got you. I was in the 3rd grade when I lost you. I remember so vividly the juicy fruit gum I was chewing as I held your hand and watched that very last tear roll down your face. It was just me and you in there, sitting at your bedside, watching you slowly pass over, hoping that if I went with you, our goals would roll over. I hate that it took you from me. Cause now I'm on stage trying to win a trophy regarding awareness to the very thing I watched take you from me. How aware can one be if we are not teaching that cancer is a symptom of your body being at a dis-ease? And only disease is really believing that you even have a disease. So I don't know whose wordplay is better, Jamie Miller's or the Romans, because both brothers took these letters and put them together so poetically we ain't even questioning etymology. But if you were to look up the Latin roots, it'll fuck with your psychology. And I'm sorry for getting off topic, but let's discuss what really took you from me. A system that taught you emotional repression was healthier than dealing with it head on. But I can't fault you for being asleep. I know you ain't have your head on, but I'm still here without you, with nowhere to lay my head on, because I'm trying to wake the world up and tell these niggas to get their heads on. And it turns out that a malignant tumor performs a mental transfer to your direct loved ones. Because I watched my mom walk 60 miles in 3 days in hopes to bring you back, just to find out that Susan G. Coleman was stealing dollars off their backs, and that shit don't make sense, and she ain't been the same since, because these niggas was bringing awareness to cancer by being cancerous to the aware. So luckily, I'm psychic, and I can still talk to you when I please. But what about the other boys and girls whose voices of their dead relatives have been demonized by these dweebs? So again, this system that has been so emotionally repressive, that is believing the words of those who've been oppressive. You're not hearing when I flow. I'm trying to make this shit progressive, but if you are not listening to the diseasing of your body, your mental can get aggressive. So yeah, that's how I lost you. And I don't really speak about this shit often because I hate this for me. But now I'm on stage trying to win a trophy regarding awareness to the very thing I watched take you from me. Simba. Appreciate it.
Organize everything I do, revolutionize. It was good for the whole damn hood. Study G's like these, really think you should. I study Malcolm Garvey, Malcolm Garvey.
Hardest hitters out of the city of Fort Worth. And one of the youngest, so y'all give props to that. Bring it up next. My brother in poetry, the Lone Wolf.
Where you hear that at? Word of mouth. How y'all doing?
Good.
70% of black men die from suicide because they refuse to seek professional help by way of a therapist. During a conversation with my therapist, she asked, was I familiar with the term repression? The truth lied within the change of my facial expression. Jamie, you seem to block out traumatical experiences as a defensive mechanism. I wasn't offended because her voice didn't have any sarcasm. However, her theory was conflicting with my reality. Plus, she just reminded me that at 12, my own brother made me practice my autograph every single day. He said, I'll be a celebrity one day. I'm the only sibling that doesn't wear glasses, but I still couldn't foresee my John Hand cop going over a felony. Mama, your track star broke the record book at Henry Wade Justice Center. My brother is 6 years older than me, but our birthdays are only a minute apart. So maybe his and I defensive mechanism are the same because he doesn't seem to remember that he is the one who taught me how to steal back in Duncanville when our grandmother fell ill. If I ever have to identify my brother's dead body, I'll search for a scar between his pinky and his thumb. You see, my brother hand got caught in the gate at Tom Thumb, but I never called him a thief. And I don't beef, but I'm vegan now, but I can somehow still taste the chicken he brought home in his hand as he bled in the other. How could a holy communion feel like a last supper? Well, maybe because that was the last time I loved my brother, but I still pray, asking God to assist him with a little magic. Our auntie always told us to wrap up our Johnson, and you think my son resembles me? He resembles him more, but he has only seen him once on FaceTime. I forgive him, but I can't forget that he is the reason that I FaceTime. Jamie, Mr. Miller, ma'am, you mean to tell me if your brother dies before you, you won't give him a proper burial? Excuse me, ma'am. There's an African parable that says if you can't forgive those who hurt you, then you become a prisoner of those who handcuffs you. Where? I know this is kind of off topic, ma'am. I think I can kind of remember my brother being a decoy as we snuck on the back of the bus when we didn't have any bus fare. So if it's okay, ma'am, can we please end this session right there? Thank you.
You know, we're gonna bring something up here. That was so hot. That was dope. One of my favorite posts in DFW. So we're gonna change it up a little bit. Let's bring up some Love Jones.
good. Good evening. How are y'all? Beautiful. Y'all look beautiful. Oh, thank you. I'll do this. Do I have any water signs in the building?
Fire.
I can swim. I can swim.
Fire.
Where is it? No, no. A water sign.
What sound? Oh, no, I'm air sign.
So, as a water sign, you know we love water.
Yes, ma'am.
This piece I wrote is called Like the Ocean. They say the ocean reveals her secrets only to those who dare to wait. And you, my love, you've always been that vast sea, too deep for small talk, wild with waves, too fierce for shallow love to withstand. A boundless expanse for those who come with paper boats and pockets full of fragile maybes. You're the kind of treasure they desire until they taste the salt, until they feel the drag of currents and realize swimming takes strength and art lost in this world. Chasing shortcuts and certainties, so it's no wonder you stop reaching for those who can't tread water. You are the love they romanticize, the truth hidden in journals, pages drenched in dreams, not convenient, not easy to hold. You ask souls to show up whole, yet most stumble in, dropping pieces of you on the floor, leaving a trail of shards behind. So maybe that's why you began to hide your sacredness behind locked doors, not from the world, but from the agony of not from the world, but from the agony of only being half seen, because it hurts more than the ache of invisibility ever could. That's the piece.
All right, give it up for Love Jones, y'all. We're running things tonight. Coming up next, I'm not sure how to pronounce his name. Alpha Jerry? Alpha Jerry. All right.
Okay, Alpha Jerry.
Hello. Okay. I would like to greet y'all by saying free the land, but when I say that, I'd like you to say it back to me. Is that okay? Free the land. Free the land. Free the land. Free the land. By any and all means necessary. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay. This one is called My Heart, Part 4. Me and my heart have been through a lot. Racing along, elephant crushed, arrhythmic, and nearly stopped. Held, caressed, loved, and thrown away. Me and my heart have been through a lot. Bruised, battered, beaten, but going. Powering through and powering me inside my core. Be still my beating heart? No, my heart still be beating despite it all. That's gotta be worth something, right? Right. Okay. This next one is a poem that I had published in the Mid-Atlantic Review last year in 2024.
Okay.
Being come this only once, so I'm gonna get off the page now. Much love, y'all.
All right, y'all give it up for Alpha Jerry. All right, coming up next, we got Vincent Hayes.
Yeah, he said Vincent Haynes, and this is really like a public service announcement because I'm really not a poet. I guess we all are poets because we're here. I just wanted briefly to say, I've been to the dock, I guess since they've been open, off and on. And, you know, people in here, they know me. Some people call me Shamo Wale. You guys are beautiful. And so I had to say, I had to get up. It was just, I was, you know, sometimes you into your own space or the things that you're going through. And I wasn't even gonna come, you know, I wasn't even gonna come by tonight. But I came by tonight and I just felt moved just to say something because you guys are beautiful. And I've never really seen such a crowd, you know, it's just like, man, I'm just feeling the love. So I had to say something, you know what I'm saying? And so I once heard somebody say something. So that's my say something. Now, if I had to say a poem, I don't have one, but let me see if I can piece one together. I've said one before, so I'm kind of really not new to the stage. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna piece one together. So let me just give me 1 second. Okay. Where am I? I'm in my mother's guts, looking around, looking what the where am I? I'm in the other room. My aunt is ready to transition from cancer soon. Please come in and see me. I can't open the door. I can't walk and see my aunt anymore. Where am I? I'm drifting through space and time, wondering what is and what's not mine. Where am I? I'm standing on the stage, deep, full of rage, anger inside, boiling. Where am I? On the street corner in Detroit, looking, wondering, is this all we got? Is this how we live? Where am I? I don't know anymore. Where are we as a people? Do we believe in unity? Do we believe in love? What's next for us? Some say it's the heaven above. Where am I? That's it, right?
Y'all. All right, we got 2 more left on the open mic. And then we're gonna roll into intermission, or 3. So coming up next, Pierce.
Come on, come on, come on.
Okay, Pierre.
Hey. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Feliz Navidad,
Kwanzaa.
Happy Kwanzaa, Hanukkah. Sorry, y'all. I normally sing, but this is my second week in a row doing this whole poetry thing. So
All right.
the poem that I'm going to do tonight, it is called For My Brother Who's Grinding Alone. All right, so here it goes. I see you around, bro. Every late night, every move you make, pushing through the pressure with more heart than most can take. You hustle like a lone wolf, locked in, staying sharp on your own, fighting battles in the dark that you never let be known. You move like a soldier in a storm, rain hitting hard, but you stay firm. And I respect that fire in you, that hunger, that will to learn. But even warriors get weary, even kings need a place to rest. And I'm here, man to man, to lift you when life hits your chest. So when the nights get loud and the road feels rough and long, remember, I see you, I respect you, and you're built to carry on. Keep grinding, but don't grind alone. I got you. You're solid, you're strong. In peace.
It's about to feel something that they never felt before. All right, y'all, give it up for Pierce. All right, coming up next, Naya.
How are you? Good. Can y'all hear me? Yes. My name is Nia.
Oh, my bad.
It's all good.
More into the mic.
More than you hear me? Yeah. All right. A conversation. Hey girl, can I talk to you? You know, I seen what you posted and I wanted to express my concern. She said, it was cute, wasn't it? I told her maybe you, but you know, I see it from a different angle, so let us reframe it. She said, be my guest. I said, okay, bet. See, I don't want you to take this the wrong way, sis, but when I see those pictures, I don't see a woman expressing her liberation in sexual exchange. I see a girl whose daddy never came. And then wishing that he never came so maybe you wouldn't have to suffer that pain, thinking your generational gestation was in vain mistake. I see a girl whose mother is estranged. See, without the help of your father, she went insane and cursed your name because you remind her of the man who left her in pain. It's a shame. I mean, hear me. No, hear me out. Do you ever think that maybe your external promiscuity is just a deep reflection of your internal insecurity? And that just leaves you covered in vulnerability because your confidence was stripped away with the clothes that may actually give you dignity. And see, at this point, she's getting irritated with me. But I can't stop unless she submits herself to piety, so I progress. She said, I think you're reading too much into this. I said, perhaps, but you're uncomfortable. And it's not just with me, but with the fact that the you trying to hide from is being seen. And she cut me off and said, I don't know what you mean. I said, well, allow me to explain. Because I see your pain, the one you're trying so hard to paint over validation of men betraying your body like a portrait hanging on a nail in a wall. Kind of like the same way Christ got nailed to a cross, but the difference is he absorbed our faults. But you embellishing the sin. Blaming the one God pulled from a rib to salvage friendship that is only a striving after win and reject the fact that we have the ability to be born again, repent, and receive conviction. She told me I don't even really believe in that man. I asked her why. She said, why would a good God leave me to be a broken woman? So that you can glorify him and forgive them who left you feeling broken and pulled you into the hellfires of sin so that maybe his daughter would come back to him. And believe that it is written, before I formed you in the womb, I knew you even before then, to show you you were not self-sufficient. And relying on him is the true way to the promised land. But she goes, but he can take away my afflictions. Yet, I still feel like I've been damned. The truth? Because repentance has never been your friend. You saw to it that disobedience was just a striving after wind, but the true wind blows in the direction that pushes you away from sin, but you'd rather be balled and chained to Satan instead of honoring the Lord your King. She said, what does that mean? James 4:7. Submit yourselves then to God. Resist the devil, and he will flee from you then. Thank y'all.
I said, I can't take no pain, no pain, no pain, no pain, no pain.
Great job. Give it up for Nia. And the last one on my list is the DJ himself, 720.
What's going on? Peace, y'all. Hey, first of all, give everybody yourself a round of applause. Y'all been everybody again out there great. Past great, right? Yeah, we're gonna come up with a new name for it, right? So I know y'all want to take me to hear some music up here, right? So I want to say first, I'm glad to be here. I got back into my car today, and I'm gonna start doing a little bit of this more because a lot of people that know me, you see me after I go through certain things, and you're like, man, how did you do it? And I just kind of keep going, right? So, very long story short, I had someone didn't reach the spiritual fire print today, and they had some guns pointed to my head today at the by the North Richland Police Department. Now again, someone said my car was stolen, which it wasn't, right? I spent about an hour in the car, man. It was crazy, right? So I'm sitting here like, man, I can get it straight now. I got the proof, blah, blah. So, okay, cool. So I'm just glad to be here, right? Just to be here around. And so I didn't know that the whole time I had forgot to turn my phone. They had my phones was in the car, so my music was just playing. So there y'all talking about, man, you talking about some music. When I got back in the car, I realized, and out long story short, they were like, hey, man, that proof you got right there, you going to drive away in your car today. I said, you sure right. Take it off me. Yeah, that's why I was like, man. And, you know, so it just good. I wanted to kind of share it with y'all, just being happy to see everybody here and just wild. Some of y'all haven't been here, you know, wild, you know, trailers, all y'all, man, you know, just good to see everybody in the building, you know, Rama, all, I mean, everybody. I can't even go through everybody right here forever. So I did want to share with y'all the song that was playing when I got back in the car, right? So now I'm realizing, hey, everything good. I'm finna make it up there tonight, right? Cause oh wait, I forgot to show y'all this too. This is why. So y'all know I got some new music, right? Brand new genre of music. It's called Galactic Music. So I had to make sure I brought these with y'all. We got CDs in the building, baby. Okay. Yeah, we got physical copies of this stuff right here. Galactic Music. And what I actually did was transmute music, take on my own life, everything I've been through, and I'll transmute this into something to help y'all. So this Galactic Music, you don't have any words on it, except for one song, thank you for allowing out the sun. So I'm going directly to y'all, right? So that's gonna be on all platforms. I'll be doing that. You can download it directly. 14 songs. You can get it $10 to download it. It's 14 for the CD, but if you get my autograph, I'll make it 12. You like that one, right? Yeah. Yeah. So and this is the kind of different way of doing music, man. If y'all know, a lot of times music, we listen to it to kind of escape what we went through, right? You know, we go through something prevalent, we get home and then put on something. This is not that music. This is music that helps you go through what you're going through, right? I mean, I've seen some of y'all go through some amazing things, froze. Man, this brother went through a lot. And standing here, cool. Not one time did I ever call him when he was going through, was he down? He was like, man, I'm good, brother. I'm got right, man. So it's good to see your face in here today. I came in and I seen Genesis and Cam, Sir Cam, and Mimi, DJ Mimi over here. They was all on the drums, and man, we had a little time. It just really made me appreciate being with y'all too. So y'all, if y'all know me, I'm Sly Truth. I'm gonna be here, right? You know, I ain't got time for none of that stuff. I'm not here for us. I'm going forward. Again, it's something I made for everybody. It's good, but it's something for everybody for y'all. So if you're interested, and way I put it this way, he said $10-12. Everybody in here has bought a bad meal, right? Got a bad meal. You probably ate the whole thing, right? Right? Am I right? Everybody, show a hand. Everybody ever bought a bad meal? You went ahead and ate. Yeah, that's a whole lot of hands going up, right? And you probably finished the whole thing. Why? Because you spent your money on it, right? You so all right. Ain't nothing else open tonight, right? Well, I'm hoping that this is just a little bit better than that bad meal. So thank y'all again. I appreciate y'all, being here and seeing y'all faces. So, after that, we're gonna have a little quick intervention in a second. So, thank you, sir. All right. Oh, he said go ahead right to the intervention, huh? So, any questions real quick for any questions? Any questions? Any questions? Any questions? All right, well, see y'all later. Once y'all see me after the show, matter of fact, let's call it like this. Yeah. And we're gonna do a big right.
We done ran for a long list, so we're gonna, instead of the intermission tonight, we just gonna knock, wrap the show up, and then we'll mingle with people, network, and then we're gonna go home and get ready for Christmas Eve. Because some of y'all gotta get up in the morning. I don't think I have to. So coming up first from South Carolina, Miss D. Librarian. She has spent a few years in the DFW. So this is
I'm gonna be myself, ain't trying to be nobody else. And I'ma keep it real, don't give a fuck how you feel. I'm gonna be myself, ain't trying to be nobody else. And I'ma keep it real like a motherfucker, don't give a fuck how you feel. The same energy that motivates one to fight for justice is the same energy that fuels my purpose to fight against social injustice. You see, racism isn't our only issue. I choose to fight against society and all of its damaging ideologies. I'm also not a fan of vanity, greed, gossip, or bullying. If I see any of these behaviors online or in person, I will say something to you about it, especially when you're doing it to me. Because I don't agree with ignoring shit. People need to be checked about their foolishness, so don't tell me to be quiet because I won't. I'm strong enough to stand alone. I've been doing it, but I'm not alone anymore. So don't use or disrespect me because I will cut you off quicker than a bitch in heat. I'm not advocating for division. I just don't have time for those who criticize others for living and believing different. I speak out because I choose to. So I don't need your advice about being quiet. I have a problem with society and I will not. You can look at me crazy all you want to. I'll shut down any argument from a fool because my life is sitting pretty. I'm rock solid. My values are founded in principles that keep me on autopilot. Don't worry about my frame of mind because I promise I got it. I'm free from bandwagons and flocks of sheep. Wolves better run when they see me. My passion burns skin deep. You may as well call it jealousy the way I zealously protect me. Please believe I will never remit myself to human fallacy. I will rebut at the expense of living lonely. I refuse to allow society to kill me. So I live freely, free of OPP because another person's opinion will not define me. I'm exhausted with average thinking. So an outlier I'll be, but free and not bonded to the confinements of my belly. Peace. I am originally from New Orleans, born and raised, and I come from a family of people with big voices and lots of opinions, and I'm not really a fan of them because opinions are not facts. They're just beliefs or judgments, and I really don't like when people project them onto me. I hate being told what to do. I don't like anybody telling me what to say, how to think, how to act, and all of these other things because I examine ideology for logical fallacy. And anytime the majority believes in something, you must understand that you must always question it because a lot of people operate off the pleasure principle. That's why I talk about the belly so much, is your lust is the things that you consume, what you desire, because as man thinketh, so is he. That means we are literally what we eat. And if you're constantly consuming, you know what I'm saying? That to me, that means you're eating a lot of shit. And when you eat too much shit, it makes you toxic. So as a free person and independent, because I don't like when people have a problem when hearing independence. Independence doesn't mean we don't need nobody. It just means we're self-sufficient. It means I trust in my own judgment. I'm a free thinker, so I don't want anybody else's thoughts in my head. You can indoctrinate someone through repetition by constantly telling them the same thing. How do you think people exploit you with your vices? That's how capitalists capitalize off of those things that we gluttonize after. You must pay attention to these things. And that's why being under the influence is never healthy for any human being. That's why when I get caught in traffic, I try to tell myself, 1, 2, 3, red light. You have the right to remain silent. Be cautious of your next move or you will be perceived as violent. Be calm. Remembering to breathe steadily. Make no sudden movements. Keep your hands visible high above the steering wheel. And do not answer with a hasty attitude. Maintain your manners. Respond with respect. And if you absolutely must resist, let it be your urge to be rude. Disregard the assumed positions and die in a legacy of public opinion, which soon pales in comparison to attentions given to popular admonitions. We've come a long way from being hung from trees, but don't be appeased by amenities provided by the hands of authorities, whose puppets, mastering the art of influence, trickle trinkets to those who favor the rule of scarlet letters and sovereign tools. The lust of loins that April fools into prostitution and sexual abuse. Mixed media mimics marketing gimmicks. The marionettes dangle celebrity with utilitarian accuracy. Their principles of instant pleasure perpetuated generationally. Culture coining capitalism in salacious swifts. Moral compasses spiraling, the economy in need of a facelift. Consummated on the backs of youthful innocence, trafficked through public service and spoiled by the sins of the deviant. Where Rover makes him pull over. Drunk and in his feelings, Rover drives beyond the limit. Like Johnny Cash cutting corners, he speeds through lanes he's unfamiliar with. Uncharted territories, compromises one's integrity. Rover coming over reaps Rover the reaper of a soft shoulder. Mother, may I speak? Because anything I say can and will be used against me in a court of law by neighbors who will only judge me unjustly. But Simon says one has the right to legal representation, yet to advocate on one's own behalf concedes one is militant. Incarceration reigns with unsubstantiated claims while gossip girls monetize articles through headline campaigns. Hashtags and gossip gas the rumors through the mill. Peter Piper serves it hot, so remember to sip the tea he spills. Failing to caution on the side of error, against the grain, there is no measure in regards to the will of man's spirit over the power of pleasure. Consumed by the snare of one's own gluttony, society tailors the grail of hypocrisy by disregarding its own sobriety, because it yields to public philosophy. Porn. Okay. I entitled that one X Factor. Y'all might have to catch me on social media when I break down the meaning of that because it got too much going on. But I was toying over myself trying to figure out what I was going to do last. And I just want y'all to know I'm very anxious up here right now. And I'm really not like that. But I am an Army veteran with PTSD and I'm dealing with a marijuana addiction. I think it's important for me to, be open like that. I'm very secure with myself. So I'm very secure talking about things that other people be saying, but I'm like, whatever, it's life, right? You know what I'm saying? Like this, I do these things to raise awareness. As a poet, I write to raise awareness. That's what I'm doing. And why not write about myself? I know the most about myself. I'm the only person that's with myself all the time. You are the only person that's with yourself all the time. How the hell somebody else gonna tell you who you are? You see what I'm saying? This is straight from the horse's mouth, baby. So I just feel like my poetry is my therapy. I was talking to my sister out there earlier, and I felt you. And when I say that, I tell you, ain't a damn thing nobody gonna tell me about my therapy. You ain't gonna tell me what to write. You ain't gonna tell me what to talk about. You ain't gonna tell me how to be. And that is the primary message around all of my poetry. You know, Carl Jung, the psychologist, he writes a lot about individuation. And that's the kind of woman that I am. I am in that part of my life. So those of you who believe so much about mental health, and if you care about that, you might want to spend some time researching other ways of things and thinking and perspectives, and stop trying to tell people who they are, because right now a lot of people are only speaking from a one-point perspective, and that's one's own individual opinions. And I don't like that. And since we're talking about speaking from one point perspectives and all these choices, let me hit on something else while I segue into my closing poem. Because I hear a lot about relationships and people talking about different types of women and who is wife material and who is not. And I see poets have the audacity to want to talk about single women when they talk about being married. Leave us out y'all conversations, okay? That's all I want to say. Some of us, I've been down that road twice already. I'm fine with being single, baby. There ain't nothing wrong with being single and independent. Stop talking about us. You can talk about what you like and what you want without putting your mouth on everybody else. I want that on camera. That's why I said all that. You know what I'm saying? And because of that, I get tired of hearing men trying to blame women for the things that men do to them. You're telling us to choose better. Well, you chose those women too, and you need to get on yourself about your own damn character. And since y'all talk so much about choosing better and picking them, let me tell you what Harlot's Web does to you. When Peter Piper picks him, I hope the mystery got the bad because the fortune missed him. Affliction from iniquity, he didn't know what hit him. She bats her lashes, holds him captive in a low position. Her talk is smooth, the hourglass commanded all attention. He disengages from his posture because her fruit's forbidden. Then slips the slope of misery with peasant company, leaving him fruitful in misfortune when he shared his seed. Look, his joy is lost, her beauty it fades. He's meeting death around the corner, steady spending his age. Lust in her eyes snares the lust of her thighs, the sexual cannibal, the black widow of his demise. And now he's on his knees begging for forgiveness, tormented by the skeletons, degrading his convictions. The lotus flower dropped the bomb on thee. It's such a shame you chose to pick that tree. Since we talking about choices. Anyway, I chose to do that. I choose to do all of these things. I do it on purpose because it's purposeful. I don't want to hear about another person feeling less of oneself or wanting to take oneself out because somebody else don't like them. Fuck that. You be who the hell you are, regardless of how the next person feels. Don't worry about no self-righteous Christian. Don't worry about no pro-black folks, because we got classism amongst our own people, and I promise you that we see you. You could believe in the sun, moons, and stars, but I believe in the creator, somebody who is responsible for having me here. We ain't got to fight, but that don't make you better than me. I'm still going to be who I am. I'm not going to live in shame. I'm a whole bunch of different things, and I can outthink a lot of people. I'll run circles around you, baby. You better ask about me. D. Librarian, I earned this damn name, and I earned a place in society, and there's no way I'm going to stand up here unless society tells me that a woman is better than the next woman because she gets married or has children. That is a personal choice. There are some of us who have given our lives for this country. There are some of us who have had experience, like I'm a black woman who has had an experience like them women in the Hidden Figures. Ain't no way in hell somebody that just got married and had children gonna ever compare to that. I serve this country. You ain't gonna never compare to that. I am educated. You ain't gonna never compare to that. I walk in the streets like Jesus did with the people. I labor, spiritual labor. You ain't gonna never compare to that. So, and I'm saying these things for those of you who don't boast about what you do. You make sure you don't let the world pin you down, because they ain't gonna never compare to the credit that you build with the Creator. And I'm out.
No, y'all give it up for the librarian all the way from South Carolina. Now we're gonna close out the show with a publisher from New Mexico. She has a few books at her table, Red and Green Books. Like I said, all the way from Albuquerque, New Mexico. Her name is Marissa Prada. Give it up, y'all.
All right, Doc, thank you so much for having us here tonight. Please say some prayers for the rest of my crew who couldn't be here today. Some of them are burying family members. And so, yeah, we love all of you. Thank you, audience, for entertaining us and letting me wrap up today. If you have never heard about Red or Green Books, please come and talk to us. We are launching the 2026 books. So if you've got a publishing project you'd like to get going on, come and join the launch next year. All right. And it's Red, READ, for those of you who are not in New Mexico. Red or green chili is our thing. So let's go. 3 poems tonight. This first one, oh shoot. And a huge shout out to my daughter Isabella for being here. We drove all the way here and got to drive all the way back from Christmas Eve so that Santa can find us. All right. So thank you, Isa, for sticking with us on this trip.
Yeah, ride back with
This is a poem dedicated to her. It is my response to a true story that happened between Israel and Gaza. It's titled Birthright. We immediately put our lives at risk the moment we become mothers. We will give up everything, every breath, every heartbeat, every tomorrow, to bring life growing inside of us into the light. They say at 31 weeks in the womb, the baby recognizes its mother's voice. My first daughter was a trauma delivery, caused her to be cut from my body. Maybe my body was afraid to open up, afraid of the trauma that awaited us at home. My second daughter was a planned C-section. Because doctors don't like to take risks with pregnant women, they will always choose to save the mother. They say the mother can live without the child, but the child can't live without the mother. I was terrified, paralyzed, spinal block, belly scrubbed, shaved, given a medication that made me throw up, strapped to a steel operating room table, surrounded by strangers and scalpels, about to be sliced open, praying to get to meet my baby and not bleed out all over the OR floor. Save my baby, I told the surgeon. They cut into me, moving my stomach side to side, pulled my daughter from my womb, and I held my breath until she declared today was her born day. They showed her to me over the tightrope blue curtain, and she was perfect. They set her on my naked chest, skin to skin, still sticky and clumpy and squirmy. She immediately found my nipple and began to suckle, driven to survive. They say a baby never forgets the smell of its mother. So when a rogue missile dropped on a house half a world away, wiped out an entire family, a woman was pulled from the rubble, rumbling belly full of baby. I instantly knew she would have wanted her baby to live. In the dust and dirt, explosive residue and tears, someone took a knife and cut that baby from her body. She was dead already. That baby girl was the sole survivor of a war fought by cowards, driven by power, funded by greed, and what must now be a shared history. Her story will write itself one day. I wonder what happens to a baby's dreams when their first smells are from the dust of bombs. I wonder what happens to a toddler's words when their first tastes are from the blood of their dead mother. I wonder what happens to our future as children are born into this world in immediate grief and their futures are so unproven. Will she seek retribution? Will the stain of war flow blood from her pen or write us a future of peace where children do not die and women live to nurse their babies? Thank you. We're gonna go hard right away because anyone who knows me knows I like it hard because then it only gets better. Yeah, some of you don't know. Okay. I ain't gonna do any erotic tonight. You come find me. I got a sexy book of erotic poetry over there. So American Graveyard is a movement that we started at my publishing house as a response to the unending gun violence in America. This book was directly in relation to what happened in Uvalde. I live in New Mexico where communities of color are incredibly underrepresented. When Uvalde happened and all those children died, I was like, I'm one person. What can one person do? Y'all probably asked yourself that at one time. I'm one person, what can I do? Well, I'm also a poet. I also have a big, loud motherfucking mouth. I got a stage and a spotlight and a press. I have the ability to print poems and books and rally together people. And so I did that. And now we are on the heels of publishing our 1 millionth word. All right. American Graveyard has become a movement, a global call for an end to gun violence. Volume 2 is coming out later this year. I'm super stoked because AJ is actually in this book. And he was amazing. His poem is actually the first one in here because, of course, his name is A. But yeah, so if you're wanting to get on that bandwagon, please come support. We have a podcast we also do every month. This is my poem in the book. It's titled Uvalde 2022. God was the first to cry. I have to believe that God was the first to cry as gunshots rang out once more inside an elementary classroom. A lot of finger pointing over dead children who should be finger painting with their families this summer. There seems to be more worry over politics and protecting badges than enforcing the right not to die at school. Have the balls to point that finger at yourself and say you done fucked up. Even if you visit the grave of every dead child, teacher, and her husband who died every day for the rest of your life, it would never be enough to atone for your total inhuman paralysis. School bells ring. Are you listening? Children scream. Can you hear them? Here we go again, since nothing has changed, and your kids won't make it home today. What happens when the bells toll again, and children have to return? Have to use red crayon to create on paper instead of paint their faces with blood to survive? How different will the bells sound? Or is it bound to forget like everyone else eventually does? Do we go back to writing names inside clothes for potential positive IDs? I have to believe that God was the first to cry, staring at the clock, counting the 74 minutes and 8 seconds, man's fundamental failure to separate bullets from bodies, from burials of babies. Again. Active shooter call. Are you listening? Teachers plead. Can you hear 'em? You stand in the hall, no intention at all of saving the lives inside. Do you freeze every meal dropped at your home, or just throw it away? Who wants funeral food anyway? What happens when there is one less to eat at the dinner table, one less on the Christmas card in December? What will Santa do with all those extra presents? What happens with those sprinkled cookies and the Redford reindeer and the stockings hung with care? The report came out. Did you read it? You did nothing, and they all died. Their blood is on your hands, 'cause you didn't do your job. And one day, God will judge you. I have to believe that God has not stopped crying since we are all made in his image and our grief never stems. We need to demand some real change. We walk in every parent's nightmare of America's Kevlar corruption since her body count is clearly not enough yet. So please, never forget when the school year begins again. School bells ring. Can you hear 'em? Kiss your kids every morning and pray to pick them up at the end of the day and hold them tighter than yesterday. I will never not feel something about that poem. But I pray for the day I don't ever have to write another fun piece. I'm gonna leave you with something really new and really funny, okay? I also write a lot of parody poetry because we gotta have a way to balance all the bullshit, right? And so I went to this open mic workshop recently in my hometown, and they gave me the most ridiculous fucking prompt, and I was like, oh my God. But actually, the best thing came out of it, so yeah. This is titled Snakes in Unexpected Places. Right? That's what I thought. This is a true story, all right? I love these personal poems. All right, let's go. The hallway in our house was very long, probably 5 or 6 doorways on either side. A hollow floor that would creak beneath your feet. One bathroom halfway down with a gray shag rug that hugged the toilet. The sliding doors of the bathroom went sideways into the wall. Always fascinated me, like a special trick that only existed in our home. I would lock my sister in there sometimes using a screwdriver. She would scream and cry, and I would laugh and go save her. I actually sound a lot like my dad. One day, summertime, Mountain Sunday, I ran to the bathroom in a fury of child sweat, and holding it too long, I sat, and a wave of relief moved through my body. I must have been 7 years old. But I can't ask my dad anymore, so I'll just make it up in my mind. As my version of the story goes, I took a big breath, about to reach for the tissue when, true story, the shag rug began to move. Even though my feet could not touch yet, from behind the grip came wriggling out a Tyrannosaurus Rex-sized baby garter snake, so casual, so inconsiderate, like I wasn't trying to finish and go about my playtime. I blinked. Don't remember breathing until a shrill operatic screech bellowed from my belly. I yanked my knees up and landing dash into the toilet basin with a cold splash on my ass. I looked down, but it was gone. Dad! 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 I screamed, and now I'm locked in the toilet. I probably wasn't as brave as I'd like to imagine, and I won't lessen the mess I was in for the sake of this story, but to understand My dad was a suit and tie man. He may not have known how to wield a wrench and hated any form of pet hair. So when he ran down the Olympic-sized hallway with elephant-pounding feet, his heart was probably skipping many beats. He rushed into the bathroom only to find me in the toilet. All I could do was point at the floor. And he grabbed my arms, trying to pull me up. He tried to pull me up. This is a brand new poem. Where is it? He couldn't hear me, upset at the mess I was in, when suddenly that epically massive behemoth of a baby garter snake popped up to say hello. Probably just as panic-stricken as I was. When my dad realized the world was ending, he dropped me back down into the toilet basin. I let out the most ghostly holler. He let out the most ghostly holler I'd ever experienced, like when his Mets won the World Series in 1986 over Boston. He backed up and backed away, and still I could not move. The water was cold and covering my back and my shirt, and gross and ew. Dad, get it. I don't want to die. He disappeared. Then came back with a broom and a dustpan. This man, oh my God. He coaxed this mammoth, colossal baby garter snake onto the dustpan, holding it far from his body. Now, he was not a tall man, but I swear his arm grew 6 extra feet. Then he busted out the bathroom and disappeared again. 1 minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes in child time. I wedged, wiggled my body, still wet and hurting now, managed to lift myself up and out of the toilet basin. But as my feet landed on the floor, on the gray shag rug, I jumped up and fell over because of the pants around my feet. Stood it on my bare butt all the way out the bathroom to the hallway, like something out of the Blair Witch Project. I stood, shaky camera and all, pulled my pants up when my dad returned and told me, as casually as a neurosurgeon performing surgery on the president, "It's gone. Remember to flush." Then walked away as he had just saved the world. Well, indeed he did that day, at least for me. But I didn't go back in that bathroom for 3 more years. Thank you all so very much for entertaining us tonight. Thank you so much to Doug. Thank you, Brent. Thank you, everyone. I hope to chit chat with all of you after.
Great job. Give it up for yourselves. Give it up for Marissa Black. Give it up for Ready for your books. D-Lock, Marianne, Paul, Genesis, Mimi. Matter of fact, everybody who got on this stage and performed tonight, get on the stage so we can take a picture if you're still here.
And I tell you my story. Let me tell you what I felt. And I didn't complain. Well, I never thought that I would see it again. We fought back in the game. I got children that I like. Yeah, I never knew. I like them down in the house. Don't need a country girl in Africa. I need a country that's ready. Don't need a country girl in Africa. That's ready. Ever feel the chance to see the looks undressed all around in the place, and in the place, and wait till you get the day. Well, right, and the rodeo too.
So many women, black eyes. Gotta go see it. It's official. We're taking over. Remix. Francisco. Jimmy, where you at? Yeah. Let's do it, y'all. Listen. Baby, oh yeah. We got love on the street. So what's going This sequence is repeated several times. Listen to it from a location way between the loudspeakers. 1, 2, 3, bass. Now, keep funky.
Can you dig that?
That ice cold, Michelle fight for that white gold. This one for them good girls, them good girls. Fake to be styling, wildin', living it up in the city. Got shots on with Saint Laurent, I gotta kiss myself so pretty. I'm too high. Police in the fire, make it too high. It's like I'm on the retire, make it too high. Say my name, you know who I am, I'm too high. I'm banned back and break. Girl, sexy hallelujah. Girl, sexy hallelujah. Girl, sexy hallelujah. Cause Uptown Funk don't give it to you. Uptown Funk don't give it to you. Uptown Funk don't give it to you. Don't believe it, just watch. Don't believe me, just watch. Don't believe me, just watch. Don't believe me.